Oh, we got lost.
Story of our lives.
Hey, look, it's the same island again.
All right. Roll a d8 for me. Just a regular d8. Okay.
Now, how far off
Oh.
course did we just go?
Okay.
Just move over square.
And then
Rinse and repeat.
Goromov has to make an intelligence roll to find out where you are.
Great, they're gonna call us incompetent and then murder us in our sleep. Go, lizard people!
Okay. As far as you're concerned, you're still on course.
All right, you failed an intelligence check.
Mm-hmm.
So where did we move to?
Do you not see the Rashidon map?
I just see an S.
Yeah, that's where your ship
That's
is right
us.
now.
Oh
Okay.
god, we're getting close to the Elven Triumphant.
Mhm.
Yeah, you basically just went from like going towards
We went
Jasper City
east.
States and just hard right to the fucking Elven.
We went east.
Now I know where I'm going.
Or you went straight really well,
Yeah.
because we're still off course.
You currently, wherever you're going to go straight at this point. Let
Just
me
wait.
see if Goromov can.
Unfuck it.
Okay, he realized, hey, we need to be heading the opposite way. So he's
Well,
going to send you back up towards the north. Okay?
I have to roll for every square.
Yes, you do.
This is gonna take a while.
It actually goes fairly quickly.
Serpentine,
And
serpentine.
basically, I'll just keep rolling until he deems
Yep.
something happens.
Because what we're going for this island
Yep.
here, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
that
this
first
island.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't have to roll an intelligence check for that, should he?
He's literally your navigator. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I roll that well, don't I just keep going straight in the direction I was going? So if I fail, then he'd have to roll an intelligence check.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Okay, roll again.
I'm just wondering.
Save you some rolls.
Yeah, I didn't mean to roll twice. One of them was bad. The first one was bad.
Okay.
No, they're both bad.
Yeah, but the
Oh.
10 would have succeeded, so.
Okay, you're still on course.
You want to
Saved
just
by
take the second one?
Goromov corrected you.
Right, but I rolled a 2 and then I rolled a 4, which gave me an 8 and a 10.
Basically, Goromov's rolls are the second line of check before you go completely off course.
I'm
Perfect.
living dangerously here.
Well, it's a ship you're not. Oh, okay. Roll a d8
Shaken,
for
not
me.
stirred.
I thought 10 allowed him to keep going.
I thought
Oh
it
yeah,
was
he
10
did make
or higher.
it. Yep, 10 or higher. Yep, you're right. So yep, you're still
Because
on
he gets
course.
his modifiers.
Yep. It meets, it beats.
That didn't. Hopefully I'm getting all these terrible rolls out of the way early tonight.
Hey, you're
You
still
have
on course.
horrible sailing rolls than combat rolls.
All right, make another one. Damn good. Okay.
If you miss with that, I'm gonna be pissed.
You're on like one side of the spectrum than the other. You're not somewhere in between.
There's another. Seriously, it's just back and forth. I never roll like a 10.
He made that roll.
Okay.
Unless
All
we-
right. So at this
Goromov
point,
cites
I need. Who's up deck right now?
Kongol, Gammon, Golemov, Lizard Shaman, and Lizard Folk.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have them make that roll because they're not. They're just currently indentured servants right now.
You could have Golemov yell "Land ho," then people could come out on deck.
I'm actually rolling for something going on. And
Oh, an encounter.
not really an. We'll see.
Then below deck you
And
have
we get sunk.
And we hit a rock.
And Kraken.
Okay. Also, B-Run, you can also make a perception check, and same with Kongol.
Okay.
There's a middle of the road roll.
Perception. Come here, dice.
All right, I'm back.
Well-
Okay.
Ahem.
Everybody sees it. You see a ship with Rashdon colors sailing towards you. What do you do?
Are we flying any colors?
You're currently flying Orcish colors because you have no other
Yes.
colors.
Our vessel is painted Orcish.
Let's lower the Orcish flag.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a flag, but giant green paint on the side of the boat.
Oh, so, well, I asked if we were flying any colors. I literally meant are we
Yeah, you're
flying?
Yeah,
flying
I
an
know what you
Orcish
mean.
flag.
So let's lower the Orcish flag.
Okay.
Right. Got rid of the Orcish flag.
And we'll aim our
Wherever
ballista
that is.
away from said ship that's approaching us.
Okay, so you're gonna need some help doing that. So that's what you're relaying to everybody else.
Does anyone
Okay,
relate
and
to
You want
kill?
You want sails brought in?
We'll bring them into half.
Okay. All right. Need to make 2. Let's see. All right.
You just need one of those old school like
There we go,
boat
combat
telegrams.
tracker.
Ding ding.
So, your info. I need you to make a strength check for me. No. How can I make you just roll it? Okay, so you just get a +2. Okay. One of the lizard folk is struggling to bring the sails in. And the shaman, he also has a +2. The shaman is actually really good at it. Like, he's just bringing them down. He's like, okay.
He's a regular sailor.
So is
He's
someone going to help the other
Yeah,
lizardman?
I'll
Okay.
help the other lizardman.
All right, Golemov is going to go over to the. I'm assuming you gave a shout out saying hey.
Yeah.
Okay. So make a strength roll for me, Kongol.
Apparently, I'm not very good at this either.
You trip over some rope. Going over there
Not a sailor.
and fall face forward.
Does
Well,
kill
that's
hear
a
the
rough
Your
thud?
speed has been reduced. The ship is made it sufficiently closer to you. You can actually see them now. There is a. Is he? He is. Sorry about that. You see a human man with a wide brim hat manning the helm of this ship. There's a couple of other humans and some other races mixed in there working the ship. But they do have guns trained on you.
Well, I would suggest we just try to sail a straight line, maybe wave a friendly wave, and keep heading for the island.
Golemov does say he knows prestidigitation.
Prestidigitate them friendly.
Are you going to prestidigitate the green paint off the ship? Because that's a lot of green paint.
I mean, he can create a shower of sparks. He can make an odd odor. It would take him a long time to have cleaned the entire ship.
I feel like that's something he should have been doing this entire time.
Can he change the color of the Orcish flag?
It can only change up to a cubic foot, and flags are a little bit bigger than a cubic foot. Let me actually leave it up to the dice. DM dice. What do we say? Yeah, he can do it.
Can he color it? Well, just the basic color of the Ozypon city-states.
Okay. That would be a green and white flag. Okay. So he sufficiently changes the color. and well, I've painted it. Would
I
you like us
suggest-
to hoist?
I suggest we hoist
All
this
right,
flag.
be right back.
Angry puppy.
I would suggest we hoist this flag and put our least orcish-looking characters along the side of the boat toward where they are, so that they can tell that we are to a crewed vessel.
What the hell's
I know he's
going
not
on?
here, but I'm talking to the rest of you guys. So.
Well, Cal walks out because of Congo hitting the deck and rousing Cal from his slumber.
Gammon yells, "Look, friendly boys, and hoist that flag."
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Too bad we don't have the old school megaphone.
Okay, so I'm not gonna make y'all make a roll for that. You sufficiently hoist the flag, showing the Roshanon colors. The ship comes alongside you, and they bring themselves to a halt. Or they're trying to bring themselves to a halt. Y'all are still evenly sailing, not like trying to avoid them or anything like that. And they drop a boarding plank.
We'll heave to.
All right. You watch as the man, he's wearing naval color, a naval outfit, and he comes aboard. So, you're not an orcish crew.
No, we are not, sir.
May I ask, who are you? And how did you come by this ship?
We were travelers between the islands of the Ozapan City States till we were shipwrecked. We were attacked and shipwrecked, and I wasn't here for it, so I'll let somebody else explain where we got the boat from.
I guess Cal can't. Is he by where Gammon is?
He's like on the main deck. I'm not placing a token for the character. Theater of mind.
Okay. Just wanted to know where the hell he is. So I knew where. So I had a rough estimate on the deck. Kel walks up from below, and pretty much goes, "We came across it on a uncharted island between that of the Astian Theocracy and the Elven Triumvirate."
Strange, and that you shipwrecked there?
It was unusual how we got shipwrecked there, but I don't know the full details of what either made us shipwrecked or what even attacked
Well,
us.
we were attacked.
Mm.
Gammon
Well,
remembers that much, and he's not happy about it.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame. But I guess welcome back. The Khanate, they do strike independent ships. We do our best to keep the more unreputable parties out of our lands. I guess this ship is yours now, by right of salvage.
And I guess you could say right of combat as well.
I ask where he would suggest we go to make announcement of our previous ship getting destroyed, because Gammon wants to make sure that the families of the crew know what happened to their
Well,
loved ones.
Luckily, you're not that far from Port Cretea. We can escort you in. That way you won't be harassed by any other patrol vessels.
That would be appreciated.
Yes. Again, I apologize. It is a a shame that you are the only ones who managed to escape. I do have a question, though. What are those lizard men doing on your ship? Were they also travelers?
Let's just
Well,
say
that was by right of combat.
Uh-huh. B-Run,
I
roll a
wasn't here,
history
so-
check.
Ah,
ooh.
You... Unfortunately, I know that you just came out of a dire situation, but you do know that press ganging people is illegal, correct?
I don't know exactly how we got them. How did we come about getting them?
Well,
You essentially press gang them into service.
They attacked us. We sunk their ass. We pressed them into service.
I'd like to say we saved them and are giving them passage for work.
Well,
So press gang.
they
We-
have a
Strong words.
they have a choice to make when we make port. They attacked us as we were lawfully sailing on the open seas, and we defended ourselves. We saved them, if you will. We didn't allow them to be killed in their own shipwreck, and so they either will be turned over to the authorities or they can
Remain
face
aboard.
justice, or they can remain aboard. So
Forgive
he can
me if
interpret
I-
that as press ganging if he wants.
He holds up his hand to you. Let me hear from the other parties as well, just to corroborate your story. Is that fair?
Sure. I believe
Okay.
the queen is aboard.
She is. She's downstairs.
You have a queen on board? So
Kyle,
he walks up. He kind of ushers over the lizard men, and they look in between themselves. Oh, are you gonna go get the queen?
Yep.
Okay. You just tell her to come up board.
Come on deck.
Okay. He's not like trying to make it a secret or anything like that. He's just he pulls them over and he asks them, do they understand what he's saying? The queen nods. The other two don't speak at all. In the time that you have sailed with these other two lizard men manning the sails, they have
They
not
follow
spoken.
Orders, but they don't speak.
Hmm?
They follow orders, but they don't speak.
Basically, whenever you would tell them to do something,
You gesture.
you would gesture towards them,
Okay.
but they never spoke to you. You figured that they just didn't like you guys, but it looks like they just don't. Roll a perception.
Everyone?
Yes. Yeah.
It's either good or bad for me tonight.
First roll of the night. 6. Fucking Pongo over there. Perception. Fuck, sees
Congo and
everything.
Gammon, especially since y'all spent the most time around them, you figured out they don't speak common. They just don't speak your language. So, like, Gammon, when you needed stuff for, like, hey, bring in the sails a little bit or rotate this direction or the other to catch the wind, you would basically gesture orders towards them. And they would look like they registered what you were saying, but they did not speak to you. Usually when you would go to bed, they would just go down below deck as well.
And Cal and the Queen Rattletail would take up night shift.
Yes.
And Nil, since she has dark vision, so
Mm-hmm.
What do lizard lizard people speak?
Lizard folk.
They don't. Do they speak Draconic?
Players, yes.
All right. Well, I have Draconic, so
Oh, well, I guess you could have tried.
I didn't know if I guess we didn't know this till now. I'm not
Yeah,
complaining. I'm
I
just
didn't go through your
throwing that out.
character sheet. Let me actually see what languages they do speak. Yeah. Yeah, they do speak Draconic. So I guess, yeah, you found out that they did. Rewind the clock a little bit. You notice that they speak Draconic. And that's the only one language that has worked when talking to them.
I guess
They
that
did
works for
understand
the
that.
Vader. And at least the Queen speaks Common.
All right. He calls all of you back over. And, well, the Queen corroborates your story. Apparently in their culture, it is quite common for the conquering tribe to take in the survivors, or at least useful members of the society. I will have to tell you that slavery is prohibited within the Osborne city-states, if you're not quite aware. But seeing as how this is a weird circumstance, so far they have expressed, well, at least the larger female has expressed no animosity towards you, other than the fact that you destroyed her ship quite easily. But apparently the tall fellow has impressed upon her in some shape, form, or fashion. I'm not exactly sure the connotations between the two species, or how most of the ways of living work. We don't get much of lizard folk here. It's quite strange. Mostly, we're just destroying any of their raiding vessels. It is unique to be able to speak to one. But I digress. I will escort you gentlemen in, and lady. He nods towards Nil. And welcome back to the Osborne City-States. And if there's anything else you need from me, I will head back to my ship. Do y'all need to speak to him about anything?
It says,
I like-
I'm assuming does this guy have legal authority? As he sounds like he's. Can he write us an official notice that the ship actually does belong to us?
You ask him about that, and he does not have the legal authority to put ships in your name.
We'd probably have to go to the main council. Or
It'd probably be
by
a
rights
magistrate's
of
office.
salvage, which you would know, B-Run, that most things found at sea are yours, unless someone puts a claim onto it.
International waters.
Essentially, yes. It's yours. You found it. How you got it, that's up to you to explain.
Well,
if you stole it from somebody,
You might not want to admit to that.
yeah.
trial by combat.
Essentially, you did steal a ship, but
Oh, false.
they were going to kill you. So
They
That's
attacked
fair.
first. Self-defense.
So,
exactly.
So
Wait.
let's just steal the ship as we killed the people who previously owned it and found out they owned a ship. So
Yeah,
They're going to kill us and eat us, so yeah.
I mean, orcs aren't cannibals.
Well, you don't know about fucking the goblins, though.
They're not cannibals either.
Or the wolves.
Now the wolves, yes, the wolves probably would have eaten you,
Well, they
especially
tried.
you, Tristan.
Yeah.
You're just
horsey.
you're just a horse with human bits attached.
we come into port. I think we should.
Yeah, you successfully make it into port. This is it's not the most expensive port that any of, especially you, Gammon, that have ever been to. It's a modest little trade port. They do have, it seems like they do have a shipyard. So they can do things to ships here.
So I would suggest that we sell any of our trade
Excess
goods
shit.
we don't want, our excess stuff. Let's keep the longbow and the
Longbow and the potion.
yeah. And do we have the potion? Is the potion identified, or is it just still potion?
It's been identified. It was a potion of fire breath.
Because it just says potion in the party sheet. But in any case, let's sell.
Really?
those-
I typed it out as potion of fire breath. Does it
No, it still says potion.
really?
It says
Oh.
smoke floats above a there we go.
Forgot to hit the identified button. My bad.
I'd like to go to the shipwright and see what it costs to de-orcify our ship slightly.
Okay.
And maybe get a actual set of colors.
Mm-hmm. I'll get a real flag.
Oh,
You watch
while
as,
we're at it, ship
as you're all
repair.
about to step off the ship, Golemov places a hand on your shoulder. Not to interrupt your current line of thinking, which are very good ideas, we might want to do something about the extra passengers that we had acquired. Find out where they stand, at least.
All right. Well, let's talk to the queen then.
Well, you're also the only one that speaks Draconic, too, so I think.
Well, she speaks
Well, the queen
common,
speaks common.
She does speak common as well.
but
Would also be
I'm
nice to
gonna
get the
assume she
other
also
two.
speaks Draconic. I'm gonna walk up to the group and let them know that we thank them very much for their help on the journey, especially having under the circumstances of which they joined the crew, and they are either welcome to leave or stay aboard as crew.
Roller persuasion.
Make sure you use your weighted dice.
I did.
Check his dice.
You watch as the two others, who are male, look to Rattletail. Yes.
Scaly
It
bitch.
really doesn't make sense for her to be a queen, to be honest.
Not anymore, at least.
Well, that was maybe just her rank aboard the ship. She was the leader.
So the males look to her, and she. How tall are they? Well,
I think they're. You think you said
Around
they're
human height or so.
normal human height?
Because I did ask how tall they
Mhm.
were last time.
yeah, they're about normal human height. You watch as the queen looks to you, and she looks down at the ground. We are far from home, and honestly, these are the last members of my tribe that are left.
Jeez, how many people were on the boat we sank?
There weren't that many, actually.
She had a rough year.
was
Y'all
gonna
don't
say,
know.
don't mean to be genocidal here.
I'm filling in character now, so can I continue?
Yes.
Yes.
We have nowhere else to go. If you will have us, we will work on your ship.
Well, Gammon was completely honest in his offer. He wasn't being rude or anything. He was actually being quite genuine. So,
Mm-hmm.
and so Gammon nods to her and says, "You're welcome to stay aboard."
Okay. All right. So I guess you head back to the party, and do you fill them in on?
Yep.
Okay.
And I think it'd probably be a good idea too to get an official writ of claim for our vessel. So if I could find the dockmaster or whatever, and
You would need to head to like the local magistrate to get that particular thing. If you were purchasing a ship, the dockmaster would be able to fill you in there. But you're staking claim on a salvage right now, so you need to go to higher authorities than that.
so how unusual would it be for me to have the would the dockmaster raise his eyebrow to me asking to unorcify the ship at this point? Would I need a writ of ownership?
Not really.
All right.
The seas are lawless, essentially. Like when you set up,
We're basically playing Grand Theft Auto, and I just pulled into the chop shop and
yeah, exactly. No one's really questioning too much where.
if I
The
change
ship-
the color of paint, the police will leave me alone.
It would be different if you showed up in like any other any like massive nations ships. Like this is just a small vessel.
Yeah,
Like,
there'd be
there's-
eyebrows if we showed up in like a Dominion of Krolls battleship that was clearly stolen.
Yeah, that would be okay. I don't want to get anywhere near that because somebody.
It's gonna get in some serious shit.
Yeah, but this small orc vessel, no one's going to put too much of
Thought
a
into
stink
it.
up about, oh, where is this ship at? It's when you get to some of the larger vessels and ships of the line that bigger nations will be like, where's my ship?
Mhm.
It's more of a question of
That
showing up
and
to
most
a,
orc vessels, well,